Mark Twain famously once said, "Eat a live frog first thing in the morning and nothing worse will happen to you for the rest of the day." Of course, it would be terribly inhumane to eat a live frog every day, but what I found works for me is eating a few sheets of paper every morning. Whenever I realise I'm not achieving enough in my work, I sit in front of a blank wall for 15 minutes, and I'm grateful to always get back to work afterwards. This next one was inspired by Einstein, who wore the same clothes every day so he could avoid spending any invaluable brain power pondering over what to wear. What I do is meal prep my daily lunch, and prepping for a whole month each time means there are only 12 days a year I need to waste my energy on cooking. So I wanted to make that intro for a bit of creative fun, but also just to make the point. It's really easy when watching these advice videos to get really hung up on the points, which might seem really unrealistic. Do take everything you see with a pinch of salt, and don't be panicked or intimidated by it. But anyway, here are my real suggestions, which are completely non-academic, not contributing to the toxic productivity space, but hopefully you enjoyed them. The first option to do before the new academic year starts is write to your future self. I played around with this for a few years, and it's really freaky when you write to yourself, post the letter off, it comes back to you in a few months' time, and you open it and read it, especially if you've forgotten all about it. Here's one from 2017 which I sent to myself to open in 2018, so I really have been doing this a while, and you can see from the stamp that it is genuinely from 2017, and I've kept it to this day, almost 5 years. To be honest, whenever I open these messages, I can't tell if I really like them or really hate them, but I'm definitely planning to do it more in the future, and just before I start university, I might make one to open in 4 years' time at the end of my university course, which I think will be really interesting. Another option is writing a daily diary or a daily highlight. This is something I've actually also dabbled in a lot, and I've written in this book every single day since my 16th birthday, which is now 1,285 days in a row that I've written. This book in particular is really cool because it's only 5 or 6 lines each day, so it feels very, very doable, and you can see what you've done on the previous year on that same day based on the way the book's set out. There's 365 pages, and so every time you get to the end of the year, you start the new year underneath, so you can think, oh, that's really cool, I was doing that exactly 2 years ago today. In general, it also just helps you remember more of each day, because, number one, you can go back and look at what you've done, but also, during the day, as you're going through your day, you realise, oh, actually, I'm really going to make a mental note to remember that really happy thing, because I want to write it down later. Spend some time enjoying some TV or books that you might not have time to enjoy during the term. I'm a big fan of talking about planned breaks, not just 30 minutes off in between different works, which is just basically normal breaks, but taking a day or a whole week off, you tell yourself in advance, this is what I'm going to do. This is still a great use of time, and it's not being unproductive at all. Because if you're meaningful with your breaks and you plan them in advance, they're really important. Everyone needs time to relax and reset, and honestly this can be just as a productive use of time as anything else. The final thing to talk about is building habits. That can be exercise, meditation, yoga, whatever it is. There are still a few days or weeks left before you go to school or university, so now's the time to get your habits in place. So when you go to university or school, you have more on your plate, new stuff going on, you'll have already built these things into your daily routine. And it'll be so much easier starting these things as opposed to doing them in a few weeks' time for the first time. If you want to see more videos similar to this about studying and work, or next year when I go to Oxford, studying Oxford Life whilst I'm studying for my degree, make sure to subscribe to Sam's Oxford Studies, and I'll see you in the next one.